Today was another fairly productive workout. It's just nice, consistent progress, which is what I'm after right now, and just kind of doing it within a comfortable range. So, did front squats at 155 and focused on just making sure that I was able to maintain an upright position, strong activation in the core, and just nice, strong movements the whole time. And I feel like I did a pretty good job of that, just being able to work on what I had to and just kind of keep focusing and moving forward. The front squats are starting to feel fairly easier, even as the weight's going up. And I think that is just largely attributed to me getting used to the position. So you can see, kind of compared to previous sessions, my back is staying flatter and more activated. My legs are, or my hips are getting deeper into the bottom position, so I'm getting more and more flexion out of my hips during this, and I just overall feel more power in the position than when I first started, where I was kind of leaning over and not necessarily hitting it just right. And that's just largely attributed to me just getting practice in and working on it. So it's just it's a very nice exercise to progress on, and I'm hoping that it benefits my front squat, because it's going to help with my hip flexion when it comes to getting into the reps and doing them, especially when I'm trying to focus on doing it lower, which I was struggling with as the weights got higher. One thing that I was kind of mentally cueing myself with, and it's a common cue with squats in general, is just really making sure I could feel every bit of force in my feet as I was going down and doing the reps. So kind of that same sort of feeling to where you were trying to tear a piece of paper in half by spreading your feet apart while holding them in place. It's that sort of like visualization where it really makes you dig your feet into the ground and get them stuck. Get yourself planted and in a good position to do the squats with. So just nice, good work here. Going through and just kind of chewing through the front squats. After the front squats, I went and did some trap bar deadlifts, working my way up to a couple heavy singles. I started out doing the trap bar at 135 for 5 reps. One thing that I kind of was thinking on looking at this and kind of other sessions where I was doing the block pulls and all that, is that I almost don't need any setup with the 135 to pull it. And then realistically, I don't. And it's become such a very casual weight for me. And that can be kind of dangerous because the lack of setup and preparation can cause issues. I mean, you're still picking up a heavy weight. And you have to respect any weight realistically, just because you can hurt yourself with a fairly light weight relative to what you're capable of lifting. But it's kind of an interesting observation to where I really don't have to think or focus that much anymore on lifting 135. And I'm getting to that point with 225 to where I don't really have to think about it. I can just pick it up and not worry too much about it. I mean, these are fairly speedy reps compared to what I'm used to in the past. 315 moved super smooth. I really don't have any complaints as to how things are going during the build-up with this. And it's flying up. I was looking through old videos of mine last night, just kind of reviewing how things look different in my form, and I found a video of myself from September of 2020 where I tried pulling 315 for 2 reps, and I struggled to do that. And then now I'm just kind of casually repping out 315, and I was looking at comparing that to the session where I did 405 for 3 reps. I did 405 for 3 reps faster than I did 315 for 2. And I know that's a considerable amount of time passing. It's more than a year and a half between the 2 sessions, but it's still wild to see that difference in myself at the time, and I felt so proud about being able to do 315 for 2. 450 right here, definitely felt a bit of work, but this was a more consistent pace through the rep than it was last week, where I kind of was really slow at the beginning. This, I felt good, nice pull going up. And then here, I attempted to do 460 for a single, and just kind of took my time. Decided to use straps just because my left lat still feels a little sore, both kind of in the little wing portion in between the, right below the armpit, And then like the attachment point towards the lower end of the back was a little sore too. And I think that's just because I might have been trying to overcompensate for the upper portion of the lat being a little tired the other day. So it just kind of stratified down the back, which is why you should also kind of pace yourself. But going into the 460 here, got into the rep, dipped, pulled, and once I felt it break, I just pulled that through. And I did not realize just how red my face got during that rep until after, and I sat down and kind of reviewed all the videos. I attempted to do 475 for a single and did not necessarily go as planned. I felt somewhat confident after how the 460 moved, so I wanted to give it a shot, and I'll just kind of let it play out so you can see what happens. And then going in to do the rep right here. And passed out. Right there is kind of when I came back to figuring out what was going on. At some point during the lift, you could see how red my face got from the amount of pressure building up my head. At some point, I remember thinking, "Oh man, and then all of a sudden, like 5 or 6 seconds later, I just like, "Oh, I'm on the ground. I'm sitting on my butt. What happened here?" And I got up and realized, "Oh, I passed out. Oops." And just kind of walked over, shut the recording off, and I was like, "All right, that's enough for that workout for today." It was not the most elegant thing I've done. It's been a while since I've passed out from a lift, but it is what it is. So I don't quite have 475 yet. I think I'm definitely getting closer and closer. The 460 still moved pretty well, honestly, and I think I have maybe 465 or 470 in me. It's just one of those where I'm going to have to work on just getting that strength off the floor up, because I know that I can get it off of a short block. That's not an issue. It's just a matter of being able to get it off of the ground now, and that's just going to take consistent work to get through to it. I'm still fairly happy. I've built another 10 pounds into my deadlift, and I'm inching closer and closer to 500 pounds. I still think realistically I'm maybe 2 months out from hitting 500, maybe a little bit longer, but I know that I should be able to get it before the year ends, and I'm looking forward to pushing towards that.